I want to tell any of our black audience that's watching me, I have been to Africa many, many times. I know people who speak Swahili, for example. Swahili was the language of the slavers. The slavers were Arabs who came into Africa and enslaved the blacks, took them to the port cities, and shipped them out to England or America or wherever else. Slavery in any form is horrible, but for people in America who are Christian black people to embrace Islam and to embrace the Arabic way of doing things, they are giving approval to that entire system that enslaved their ancestors. That's where it came from. And when you see young black children, students, I said not children, students in colleges some years back being demanding courses in Swahili. Swahili was the language of the slave traders. It was not an African dialect. It was a combination of dialects forced upon the Africans by their Arabic masters. And ladies and gentlemen, we've told you about it before. The Islamic nations are virulently anti-Christian, and there is anti-Christian persecution of monumental proportions. I commend Abe Rosenthal, who used to be I believe the publisher of the New York Times, who is now semi-retired, who has written several very excellent columns about the persecution of Christians around the world. And it's amazing that it is the Jewish community that is sounding the alarm about the persecution of Christians. But it's time Christians in America, get out of their sense of indifference and get engaged in this struggle.
You know, Pat, none of us can afford to be indifferent in these struggles. You see even in that report that where does the ball land ultimately? This is a Jewish conspiracy, it says. I mean,
well, that's Farrakhan. He is an absolute charlatan, in my opinion, and he is embracing Gaddafi. We don't know how much money Gaddafi gave him, but we understand he was offered a substantial sum, even as high as $1 billion. And to have somebody who essentially has become an agent of foreign terrorist groups is to me very frightening. And the fact that there are people in America who are so gullible they'll fall for that line is just nothing short of appalling.